Welcome to Recovery Recreation. I'm your host, Susie Lordy. I'm also the founder of a nonprofit here in Massachusetts called 24-Hour Power, Inc. And we do recovery graffiti all over the state of Massachusetts. And what we found was when we would be doing our events out and about, people would come up to us and say, there's nothing fun going on around here. Now, we know that's not true, but it also made us realize that, hey, we better go find out what's going on and hunt these stories down and let everybody know in Massachusetts, hey, here's some cool things going on for every single month in a bunch of different zip codes. And they're healthy, they're entertaining, they're interesting, and most of all, you can do this sober. So don't think you can't have fun sober. You just haven't hung out with us yet. Our very first guest that we have with us today is Officer Rosie Browne. Officer Rosie is a Brockton police officer. She's also the founder of a really amazing charity that's called projectguardianangels. But before we talk about the charity, let's talk about you. What do you do with the Brockton Police Department above and beyond this really cool activity here?
I've been a Brockton police officer for 22 years. And it's funny, I became a police officer because I didn't like police officers. And I had an older sister, Margie Carr, who was a police officer back then and convinced me to become one. Basically, instead of complaining about it, why don't you do something about it? And I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. So that's exactly what I did. And then I convinced my youngest sister to become a police officer. So we were the first 3 minority sisters to belong to the same police department in the whole country. So we made the book. Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Basically, I grew up in Brockton. Brockton is my city, my town. This is like, I've been here, dear Lord, since I was 8 years old, basically. So okay. I'm a Brocktonian. It's, you know, haven't gone anywhere. And here I am, and here I stay.
What exactly is this foundation all about? What do you guys do?
Okay, so I started Project Guardian Angels out of the trunk of my cruiser. As a little girl, you know, we were poor, you know, our upbringing, we were very poor, and there were people that helped us. So I said, you know what? It's called giving back. And I asked my, at the time, my chief for permission, and I started this toy drive out of my trunk, going around to businesses and asking if we can put boxes in their business and try to collect toys. And 19 years later, here we go. It has absolutely blown up. Basically started a toy drive out of the trunk of my cruiser because I would pick up, as I'm going on calls, and in between my calls, I would go and pick up toys to help families. So, you know, from helping a few family, now we help hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and we've helped thousands of families. And every year, this is the time that we do our toy drive, and it's massive. It's massive. So, you know, we ask people for donations of either, you know, a toy, a coat, even hats, gloves. These are simple things that people are asking for right now. Anything just to help out and make somebody's Christmas nice, because, you know, imagine waking up in the morning as a child and not having anything under the tree. It's very depressing, and it's not okay. The 5th and the 6th, we are going to be in front of the Westgate Mall in Brockton and near IHOP with a huge U-Haul truck and the cruiser. And we're hoping that people can give us a hand by buying any item and bringing it to the truck.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, does this only happen for Christmas? Is Project Guardian Angels only a, you know, December holiday activity, or do you guys help out during the year? How does this work?
Our program is throughout the whole year. We accept food, we even pick up donations of certain things. What we do is throughout the whole year, we help families, we help the homeless people. A lot of our donation goes to Pastor Roberto, and he's the pastor that works hand in hand with the homeless, you know, population in Brockton. Mm-hmm. And in August, we have our Police on the Street citywide basketball tournament that is for kids and families. Actually, it's almost like a field day for the family. And
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's a huge cookout, and everything is free, from the backpacks filled with school supply to the food, the t-shirt, and every child leaves with a ball.
Sounds like you guys could use a lot of help. Now, this is specifically for families in Brockton, correct?
We have also taken care of the surrounding towns as well. Because yes, we've also helped the surrounding towns because there are also people that donate from out of town.
Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so you want to have a magic wish list. Do you need volunteers?
We need volunteers to help us with the toy drive, and as well as donations, of course. But we definitely can use volunteers if they can, come and help us and hand out the little flyers and basically just say, hey, Merry Christmas. Could you please, buy an item and just bring it over to the truck.
Well, I know that our artists are very lucky because we're going to be donating some things to you that we were able to work with some amazing folks at a couple of local recovery homes, A Vision for Hope in Weymouth, Rockland Recovery House guys in Rockland, and even the Peer Recovery Center, Stairway to Recovery in Brockton. We've all gotten together at one time or another with these amazing little kits that Home Depot was so kind to donate to us. We're putting them together, and when they're all done, the people that don't have little kids of their own that they need to give this to, the remaining ones are all coming to Project Guardian Angels. So we can't wait to offer those to you and to thank you for all you do. Honestly,
thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's fun.
Christmas is my favorite. So Christmas is fun.
Officer Rosie, it's been awesome having you. If they want to get in touch for more information, where do you recommend? Is there a website, a Facebook, a phone number? Where do they go?
Project Guardian Angels at Comcast.net. And then they can always call me at the station. It's 508-897-5131. Thank you.
Wonderful. That's great. It's been so great having you on here, and I'll be seeing you between now and then. That's for sure.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much.
And thanks for all you do. God bless.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
And we'll be right back with more Recovery Recreation, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Recovery Recreation. And now we have Leslie Lagos. Leslie is a career recovery coach and a trainer with an organization called One Life at a Time. Leslie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Susie. This is wonderful. I love your show.
Oh, good. Thank you. What exactly is One Life at a Time for some of our viewers that may not know?
Sure. And One Life at a Time is here in Braintree, and we are a career recovery training program. So we've been around for quite some time, helping people to get jobs, basically career guidance, direction, resumes, job searching, networking, interviewing skills, things like that. So we started doing that many years ago, but in the last year, we actually launched a program specific to people in recovery.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's huge. We need that desperately in our field.
In regards to people in recovery, we came together. We have a group, Moms for Recovery, that was inspired by our organization to kind of find out what is the need out there in regards to career training for people that are in recovery. So we have collaborated with so many different people and combined our particular program to enhance it, in that people are able to come in for 4 weeks. Before COVID, we actually had a day that went till like 9 to 2:30. We did lunch in between. And now we've had to just kind of adjust that for now so that we're doing 9:30 to 12:30. In addition to offering computer training, interviewing skills, networking, job search, and so forth, the mock interviews and one-on-one coaching, we have also just really had the ability to understand where people are coming from. So it's bringing people together that are in recovery, that are on this path, but as the name is, one life at a time, we really take each individual one person at a time and meet people where they're at.
You have to enjoy sobriety and recovery in order to want to stay in it. So I 100% applaud you for what you're doing. That's no easy task, Leslie.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I know you've been working with many people, and we really have surrounded ourselves to have people that are in recovery, have people that have the knowledge to know what is going to help. So we have all these great big ideas of what we want to do to support the recovery community in this respect. But we knew this was our niche. And when we talked to people in our local community, they said, that's missing. That's like the missing piece. And just like you said, people feel like, oh, I have to make, so much money to be able to stay in the living situation that I'm in. And there isn't any hope. And people walk through the door here and they get hope. And I watch people with their heads down a little bit, and then they sit down, they get a cup of coffee, they have a snack, they have a computer in front of them. They have some people that love what they do for work. And we are able to, just kind of take down all that. You leave everything at the door and this is your time. And I watch those heads just lift up a little bit and lift up a little bit more. And we pull things together. What are your hard skills? What are your soft skills? Like you said, there's gaps, there's issues, there's challenges, right? But we try to bring everything kind of together to that one-page resume. How do we do it today? I've been doing this work for so many years, right? Back in the day when there was, bond paper and we used to mail resumes and, things like that. And today, we teach people, and so many people are using things like Indeed and so forth, but how do you use it to the best of its ability for you? And again, it's meeting somebody exactly where they're at. We have people that are entry level. We have people that have, 30 years of working in a company, career changers. So, and you bring all those people together, which is nice in a room, and the networking that happens, the camaraderie that happens too, is really nice to see.
There's nothing like seeing a spirit reborn in someone in recovery. How do they get to you? They start out at a sober house or something? How do they find out about you?
Sure. So we have done a lot of outreach in the local sober homes, and we are doing additional outreach. It's really kind of becoming a word of mouth. So we've been doing this particular program for 1 year. And I will just mention that in addition to the work we do in the 4 weeks that they're here, which isn't a lot of time, we follow students for 2 years. Again, meeting people where they're at. So students will come in from a sober home, dependent upon, their backgrounds. It's a wide variety. They have to fill out a submission form and do an intake. This particular program isn't for everyone at the moment, but the one thing I love is we don't turn anyone away. So what is the need right now? What can we do? What can we help to refer you to? What other resources can we resource you to? So I love that.
They find out about you, and then you're kind of their personal consultant on what they're trying to do. Who's paying for this?
Good question. So it's something that had been privately funded, and we have been, with COVID, we have been seeking government funding as well. And we're also looking for additional private funding. So we have a scholarship program now. We've had companies like The Sun Will Rise, Robin Houston Bean, who has sponsored a scholarship for the last 2 years. And we have other organizations, corporate organizations, other memorial foundations that are sponsoring scholarships so that somebody else can get some of what maybe they had received or somebody that they knew had received. And just seeing the value in what's being offered here. So it's a combination, and it's something we want to keep going. We've opened up this space so that we can socially distance. We know that it's a need that's out there and that it's working. And that, how do I do a Zoom interview? I haven't done that before. And that's a huge one, because we have companies that have called us to say, oh my gosh, people don't know how to do this and the things that have gone on. So we're really prepping people for all different types of interviewing scenarios. And then they're going out and getting jobs, and they're calling us. I have an opening, so it's this wonderful network, right? That we can actually teach people how to, and as you said, and I love your show, and I love what it's about in regards to that you can have fun in recovery. And also we have a lot of fun here. Spirits are lifted when they're here. And, when somebody got their resume this week, they just felt like a new person. This is me. Right? So you're putting it all together. Yeah. So December, we have a new program starting December 14th. So if somebody's interested in finding out more about that, they can go to our website. They could fill out a submission form. For this particular program, you need to be in recovery, and we do have an intake. So it's the 4-week program. We'll have some breaks because of the holidays. We do, again, this combination of in-person and virtual. So that's new here. So there may be that you're taking it virtually. We've set up computers in sober homes. We've had people do training right from the sober home. So it's been a new thing for us since we started in September here in our new space. So that's what we have going on. We had Giving Tuesday. It's December 1st, but it runs all through the month of December. And we are hoping to get additional scholarships so we can help additional people to be able to come through this program and receive the training that we were just talking about with the 2-year follow-up as well. So.
Okay, and how do they get in touch with you to find out more? What is the website address so they have it?
It's One Life at a Time, and it's a website that we have. There is information. There's a donate button there. They can reach me personally. I'd be happy to speak with anyone, and they can give us a call. We can do virtual tours. We have had, very limited types of individuals coming in person, but we still are doing that at a socially distanced way.
Any amount of donation will go towards a scholarship, correct?
Absolutely, 100%, yes. We do work with a couple of local organizations that will help to provide clothing. So we'll set up interviews and meetings that they actually go there and then they come back and they have some wonderful clothing. So that's kind of the way that we resource that. And we work with Interfaith and Hope's Closet. And yes, anything that somebody has an idea about, I know we've talked about different ideas that we can incorporate into the program. We're open for that. We are bringing people together and hoping to formulate, more ways that people can get involved. So it's not just the monetary sense, but it's also, again, bringing the community together to, could be job positions, openings, things like that. So if anybody's interested in learning more, they can certainly give us a call, come in, talk to us, and I'd be happy to work with anybody that's interested. And I just am happy that we're learning more about other organizations in the area too that are trying to do the same thing we are. And I thank you and I commend you. And I'm really thrilled to be a part of this show and a part of this community. And I thank you again for all the time and the efforts that you do and everyone that's involved here as well.
Well, thank you, Leslie. We really appreciate that. And we love all you do too. And on that note, we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And don't forget, you can always have fun sober if you find out how to hang out with us. Peace out. Let's wrap with some serious holiday fun. Yay! And we have Andrew Adams here with us. And Andrew is going to tell us about Marshfield Holiday Light Show. So Andrew, it's wicked nice to meet you. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Now, Andrew, you're the Chief Operating Officer for a company called Bold Media.
Yes.
What is Bold Media? What do you guys do?
I love this question because it's probably the most difficult question I ever have to answer in a day. Bold Media is our parent company to several other smaller companies, like you mentioned, the Holiday Light Show. But we also have different brands, like we have a digital marketing branch that we work with different clients and work with them on their marketing needs, things like restaurants and gyms and, just small local businesses. Then we also have a broadcast radio division as well. So we have commercial FM radio stations that we own under Bold Media that we operate as well. So then we have other events that we do as well. Things like, Halloween jack-o'-lantern festivals and hot air balloon festivals and just really big, exciting events. This year, we, with the pandemic and everything like that, we've kind of really focused our energies on the holiday light shows. And, the show in Marshfield is bigger than it ever was. And it's something that we're really proud to put forth.
That's awesome. So, wow, it sounds like you guys do a lot of stuff. You'll have to come on for all different seasons. But for right now, let's talk about, so Marshfield isn't the only gig that you do for the holiday lights in Massachusetts?
The Marshfield show is kind of like our flagship show of Massachusetts. But then we have the Haverhill show as well, which is, it's actually a little bit larger than a mile. The show in Haverhill is about 1.25 miles, when the show in Marshfield is just over 1 mile as well. It probably ended up being around 30,000 people that came to the show in Marshfield last year. This year, with the booming popularity of drive-through events, we expect that to be a little bit more. But it's the same experience that you're going to have in 2020 as you had in 2019, and you'll have again in 2021. We've been doing light shows for many, many years now, and we've always used the drive-through model. But the show itself is, like I said, in Marshfield, it's a mile-long drive-through. You're going to come in, you're going to stay in your car, stay with the people that you came with. We have contactless check-in, and you're going to drive through. You'll stay on the path, and you'll look out, and you'll see really cool different lights. You'll turn the radio station to the little local station that we have at the property, and then the lights that you see synchronize with the music that you hear in the car. When you listen to Mariah Carey belt out all her Christmas anthems, you're going to see the lights like the snowflakes and the presents and the candy cane lane and all that stuff. It all dances along with the music. So it's a really, really cool, immersive experience. And it's just a really great family tradition that people can have and share with each other. That's something that everyone really wants to do. And I can tell how excited you are. And there's so many other families just like it that just are clamoring at the bits to get out of their house and go experience something.
You seem so young to me. How long have you been doing this?
Yeah, so believe it or not, I started this company when I was 13, and I've been doing it all those years since. Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned before, we have a lot of different things that we do at Bold Media, but we've been hosting these drive-through light shows for about 5 years now. So this is something we have a little bit of experience in, and every year we grow the shows and we get them bigger and better than they had before, and 2020 is no different. So
when you were young and you were putting these on, were you doing this like locally where you live, or? Well,
so the first show that we started is in New York, on Long Island. So that was kind of where it started, and then we've grown ever since, and we've been adding to it every year since then. But yeah, the show in Marshfield, this is the second year that we're doing it, and we're really proud of what we've been able to do this year.
It starts at a certain time, it ends at a certain time. So if there's a bunch of cars showing up, do people just at their own leisure go through? Is that how it goes?
Right, exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So you can come as you wish. Any tickets that are sold online are sold as anytime passes, so they can come in as you please. If you purchase them in advance, you can have a contactless check-in if you wish. And then when you're driving through the show, we got a 5-mile-an-hour speed limit, so you kind of go through at a leisurely pace. And then as you get to the show, you just, if there's a little line, you just have to wait a couple minutes to get into the show, but everyone will get in.
Sure. But everybody's in the mood. They're drinking hot chocolate in the car. They're already singing the carols.
Exactly. You can hear the radio station. You can see the lights while you're waiting in line, so it's not too bad. Plus, you get some hot chocolate, and you enjoy the experience, and everyone has a good time.
How long does this go for? When do you pack up and leave town?
So the final night for the show is December 30th, so just before New Year. It opens at 5 p.m. each day. And now with the new curfews, the show closes at 9:30.
How many nights a week?
So it's kind of open select nights, Thursday through Sunday most weeks. But then as we get closer to Christmas itself, we start adding more days to the operating calendar.
How much does it cost?
So if you buy your tickets in advance, they're $23. Buy your tickets at the door, it's $25. So it's still really affordable. Bring the whole family. Everyone in the car gets in for the same price.
Oh, it's $23 for the whole car?
For the whole car.
Oh, yeah. No, this is on the list.
When you get to the show, we have things like Santa hats and the light up necklaces, really get everyone in the mood. We have hot chocolate in a can. So it's a really cool experience. And then everyone will get to go through and enjoy the show together.
I'm telling you. Now, if they want more information on this, Andrew, where should they go?
The best place for all the information is marshfieldlightshow.com. Secondary place would be something like our Facebook page. All the same information is on both places. But everything you need to know is on those websites.
Wow, that's awesome. We can't thank you enough for coming on, Andrew.
Yeah,
we need some good news this holiday season, man. We're ready to jump in it now. That's amazing. Well, I look forward to meeting you in person.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you'll be there for these events.
I will.
Yeah, great. I'll bring you a cup of hot chocolate.
I'll bring you a can of hot chocolate. How about that one?
Whoa, there we go. That'll work. And the bump, the elbow bump.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was nice meeting you, and I look forward to having you out at the show.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for bringing this to our zip codes, man. We really need it. And listen, Andrew, it's been great.
Absolutely.
You have a wonderful, wonderful holiday yourself.
Thank you. You as well.
And that's a wrap. On behalf of all of us from Recovery Recreation Television, we wish you and your family a very happy holiday season. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please stay connected. And don't forget, you can always have fun sober. You just gotta hang out with us. So till next time, peace out.